Welcome back to the Real Bodybuilding Podcast. This is episode 173, and I'm here with Stefan Kienzl.
Hello.
Was that the proper pronunciation? I can never remember exactly
That's
how to
that's actually quite German.
Okay. How are you, man? How's it going?
It's between sleepless, nervous, excited, stressed, relaxed. So I
Yeah.
have no idea. Give all emotions possible and throw it in a in a punch,
Yeah.
shake it,
Yeah.
and then we pull something out that changes from hour to hour.
You said you were tired and busy, and
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't trade that for anything though, because you've come so far. Like, think about, like, I didn't know you before, but
Yeah.
I only imagine that as a coach, the pinnacle of coaching is the Olympia, like to coach an Olympia athlete. And now you have, do you only have two or do you have more? I know you have Wesley and you have Martin. Do you have anybody else?
I think it's world record. I have 17.
What?
Uh-huh.
No, you don't. You have
I do.
17. Okay, wait. What about in
It
open?
it 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 it, it depends a little bit, because some are dropping out on that. So open bodybuilding, it's Martin, it's Mo Foda, it's William,
Oh,
it's Nathan.
I forgot.
Nathan isn't going.
Nathan's not going right. I forgot about
Yeah,
Bonac and Foda. That's right.
yeah, yeah.
Holy
So in
shit.
classic, I have Urs, I have Wesley, I have Emanuele
Yeah,
Ricotti, I
what am
have
I?
Breno.
I totally
In
forgot.
woman physique, I have Sandra. In wellness, I have Nicole and Yuyu. In woman bodybuilding, I have Sherry Priami, I have Helle Trevino, I have Ava. In figure, I have Nadine Huber. In bikini, I have Anna Sedlak. I think
Okay.
that was. I have no wheelchair. I have no 212.
Okay. Stefan, most
Yeah.
people most people can't handle 17 clients, period. You have 17 at the Olympia. What
Mm-hmm.
is, okay, this is perfect now. I apologize, first of all, for thinking it was two.
All good.
Yeah,
At my first Olympia, I had 6.
I mean, look,
At the second, 12.
so when was your first Olympia where you had six? How long had you been coaching?
2021.
Okay, so you've been at the Olympia level coaching for a few years.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, so how did you handle it the first time? Like as a coach, getting somebody to the Olympia and then going to the Olympia with them, was it more stressful or less stressful than now? Or is it more stressful now because you have 17? Like, what is all that like for that?
It's getting more stressful because with it's not the number, it's not the workload,
Yeah,
but I think it's something which is totally natural. If you get more people, the chance of not everything is going well, because you have the chance when you have more people of more people could get sick,
right.
more people could have travel problems, more people could have whatever problems. So the number not only defines the workload, which actually isn't any problem because I have had show weekends with 40 people at all over the world in 6 continents.
Right, right, right.
It's more that the number of people increase the number of things you can't control.
I see. I see.
And that's actually the biggest problem.
So there's
It's not
more,
actually the workload, it's
yeah,
more people, more things you can't control.
yeah, more variables to control. Yeah, I
More
get it.
variables. No, actually, more variables not to control, to not being able to control.
Right,
It's
right.
autumn, people get sick, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, okay, I get this question all the time, so I'm just going to ask it
Mhm.
first.
Mhm.
People ask me all the time about Hani. They're like, how does Hani coach Derek and uh Hadi at the same time when they're both trying to
Mhm.
win the Mr. Olympia? I guess you're in the same shoes.
Mhm.
Mo Fuda, Bonac, Martin, all open bodybuilders. And they're all in the same category as far as placing. I would say Martin's probably the highest ranking of the three as far as like where people think he's going to place, but nothing's set in stone and they're all very close. So how do you manage that? And how
I
does it
think
co
that's
Yeah,
I think that's
how does go about that? Sorry.
I think that's a total easy question if you are a competitive guy.
Okay.
And if you really take a close eye, how does bodybuilding work? You know, if you take a look over bodybuilding classes and of results, I think both of us could discuss every result and find reasons why someone wins or someone don't win.
Right.
As I am a person who wants to win, I need to bring everybody to his personal best, because the judges which sit down there have their subjective meaning of how the class should be judged, how it goes, and which athlete on that day should win.
Right.
So you need to maximize every individual process of the person, because one time they judge for a size, one time they judge for symmetry, one time they judge for a good back, one time they judge for good arms, one time they judge for good legs or whatever, and every one of those athletes is totally different.
Right.
And every one of these athletes totally have different strengths, different weaknesses. So I need to bring everybody to their personal best to have the chance for me to win. Sounds a little bit selfish, but in the end, I want to have the best possible result. And I don't decide about the result. About the result, Tyler and Steve will decide. And what they like most, that will get the trophy.
Right, right. Okay, now on paper, that sounds perfect, right? That's the perfect answer on paper. But there are intangibles that I don't think you can assume or you can judge are going to come up or not come up. Like, for example, you have an athlete like Martin, you have an athlete like William, you have an athlete like Mo Foda. Martin is on the cusp of greatness. William is kind of near the end of his career. Mo is still kind of trying to find his way. Where do you allot your time? Does one guy need more time than the other? Does somebody feel like, because feelings come into play and then that's a problem, right? Like, oh, you're spending more time with him, you're giving that guy more attention. How come I'm not? Like, I don't know if this stuff happens with your athletes, but I'm sure it does happen with some. So how do you manage that, and how do you go about doing that with the athletes?
You know, I think for me or with me, that's a little bit different, because I'm a very straightforward, very rational guy who gives short answers always.
Right.
That means that my way of working is very direct, very not long talking about anything or talking around. So the people who work with me or the people who work longer with me, they are used that they get the best decisions and not the most time. And in the end, the best decision will decide, and not with whom you were sitting in front of the television and had a nice evening.
Right.
And also, you know, sometimes I would say I also have a little bit luck, because people have different needs. You know, there are the people who need to be calmed down. Then they get more time because they need to be calmed down. Then there are the machine guys who want to be alone. They are totally in the focus. They just need to hear, drink more, eat less, take that out, or do that. So I think I really know the needs of the people. That's one fact why it works. And the second fact is I'm quite good in making time schedules. So for myself, so I go down my lists and I work everything up every day to have my routine in everything.
I got you. So a show comes around where you have more than one athlete. The show show finishes. You go out to dinner with one of the athletes and not the other one. That's never happened.
I tend to go with no one.
Ah, okay. Because I was going to say, like, there has to be a situation where someone says, well, how come, you went to dinner with that guy? You never done that. So
for me, actually, it's also for me personally, as you know, I'm an artist. So I need also my own space. I would never sleep or never live in an environment with an athlete. That's not a disrespect to the athlete, but I need my time to cut off. I need my time to go into my room, into my space to do my decisions.
So
They can come to me, but they have to go again.
yeah. So you're not so you're not developing personal relationships with these people.
I do. But
You do.
when there is competition time, you
Yeah.
know, for sure, when you have that lot of athletes, some of them are not only athletes, they are friends because you know them since 10 years, 14 years, 15 years. And especially those guys, they know that when I'm at shows, it's done differently, you know. I always travel to shows with very close friends. So it's Matze, the cameraman, the guy who founded Team Andro and Reb One.
Okay.
Then there's a second one, which is David Hoffman. He is a classic Physique Olympian veteran.
Yeah, I know
and we always live together, you know.
Okay.
And also when the day ends at 9 o'clock in the evening, for example, we sit together, we go to eat, we discuss things, because I need the time. It sounds strange, but I need the time away from the athletes to do my decisions right. I need to clear my brain and have that little distance to see everything right. If at such a important decision time you are emotionally too close to someone, probably your decisions won't be good anyway.
Right. So when you're making decisions or calls on increasing food or decreasing water or whatever, you're not making them on the spot, or are you sometimes?
I like it combined.
Okay.
Because first I need the pictures, because the pictures tell me more about the real progression or how it goes, because I also had pictures 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before in the off season. I need to compare that. Sometimes I'm sitting at home going 15, 20 minutes over pictures before I do a decisions, going back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. And then when I'm not sure, I need the life perspective. I need the feeling perspective. But the base of my decisions always are pictures. Sounds a little bit strange, but for me, it's a very honest way of doing it, you know. Because if you look on crappy pictures, incredible, I just know that everything is all right, you know. But if the crappy pictures don't look good, then I need the life perspective to quiet or to get myself calmed down.
Right. So I mean more, let's say you're at the show, let's say you're at the Olympia and you're there, you've all flown in on the Monday or Tuesday. In that time, are you getting pictures? Because I know some people still like to get pictures because seeing them in person is one thing, but like you said, you can't compare. So if you're there on a Monday, Tuesday before the Olympia, are you still doing pictures, or are you just seeing them in person?
Yes.
You're still doing pictures.
Yes, still doing. I do both then.
Okay.
That's for me also to, you know, I need a few days. The balloons again. I need a few days to set my brain on the new picture place. And when I have done, then have one comparison between the new picture place and reality, I'm fine.
Okay.
Then I can calculate it.
Yeah. I want to go back a little bit before we get into the weeds on the Olympia preps and stuff. What is it like at this point in your career, going from, you know, just a coach in Europe, coaching some amateur people, to now being like one of the premier coaches in the IFBB? I mean, I don't think any other coaches have 17 clients at the Olympia. So I don't know. What does it feel like to be at the very top now?
I don't think about it.
That doesn't even register to you, does it? Is that just because of your personality? You just don't, it's just.
I think so. Sometimes I think about it and I think, yeah.
Well, I just mean, you know,
if I would reflect that more, it would just put me under more stress.
But don't you think it's good? But hold on. So in business, for example, you have like you want to set milestones for yourself, and or as a bodybuilder, you set milestones for yourself. And when you don't sit there and dwell on your milestones and pat yourself on the back for hours, but like every once in a while, you stop and go, you know what? I've done a pretty good job. I'm where I wanted to be. Do you have those moments, or do you just not? You're just like keep moving forward.
Milestones was winning the Arnold Classic. and milestone is to have Olympia winners in different classes.
Okay. Those are big milestones.
That's what my dream scenario would be, because I really like the, let's say, the diversity of bodybuilding.
Sure.
I really like different classes. And I think that's also one speciality of me. As I said, besides 212 and wheelchair, I have athletes in every class.
Right.
Because it really makes my job very, very interesting, because the classes are judged totally different. People in classic must have not only the bone structure and the muscle size, but the attributes they must bring on stage in classic than in the open are totally different. Totally different. Take a look at the condition differences between open and classic, the fullness differences on open and classic. It's just a total different game. And that makes it so interesting, and it just never gets boring. That's what I really love about it. And I want to have, or I want to guide or have the luck, because, you know, it has to do a lot with luck in that sport. A lot with luck.
Does it?
Yeah, it is.
In what way? In what way?
It has, you need to, so when I just see it now from the coach's perspective.
Okay.
So first luck is you need to get the chance to work with the right athlete.
Right.
You know, you need to get it.
Yeah.
Then you need the right athlete at the right time at his career.
True.
Then you need the right athlete at the right time of the judging criterias.
Also very true. Yeah.
Then if those three fits, you need to have him healthy without injury.
Yeah.
You need to have him psychologically stable without any distractions. You need to have him on a personal, I would say, adult level, that he lets himself allow to be guided.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
There are so many dimensions which need to get in place to create an Olympian champion. You know, to create a pro is easy. To create a pro winner is, but to create an Olympia winner, that's something which is absolutely incredible.
It's interesting.
And which is definitely not only based in your quality as a coach.
Right.
Because if I'm happy to have an Olympia winner one day, it's definitely not only or in the smallest portion because I'm a good coach. There are so many more dimensions which play a role if you get there or not.
Right. Yeah, no, it's funny. I don't think the public, and even myself, I don't think people look at it that way. It's interesting the way you put it. Like all these different pieces of the puzzle have to come together into like a perfect form for it to all work out. So it's very interesting that you put it that way. So getting into this,
for example, I think with Martin, it could go to the right direction.
Yeah. Do you think Martin can win the Olympia this year?
No, not this year.
Right.
But let's see.
Yeah, he's got the potential for it. I think so too. Yeah, he's got all of those things lined up. He's, like you said, it's the right era, it's the right time, he's the right physique, he's got the right mindset. He's really put himself in that category. I want to get into your preps a little bit. And it's tough now because they're all going to be so different. But let's just focus on Let's just focus on one. So we'll focus on your top guys, which I would say are Martin and Wesley. First, I want to get into Wesley. Wesley won the Arnold. People have him in the conversation now for winning, top 3, top 5. Where do you see Wesley, and what have you done since the Arnold to make him better so he can compete with Chris?
You know, that conversation turns out good, and that conversation, you understand my mindset of prepping it. I need to analyze the competitive field. With no disrespect to anybody else, I put out my top 5, you know, and that is Chris, Ramon, Wesley, Urs, Brian.
Okay.
I will find for everyone a reason why he wins. So for Chris, it would be perfect bone structure, incredible condition and muscle density. For Ramon, it would be, I give away my finger because otherwise there would be the dumb thumb all the time. For Ramon, it would be incredible muscle bellies and roundness.
True.
And no weak body part.
Right.
For Wesley, it would be maybe the most cleanest, unused upper body muscles ever seen on a human being, and a very impressive area he uses on stage.
Okay. Agree.
For Urs, in my opinion, he is the one with the perfect flow. Perfect flow, incredible muscle quality, from head to toe, like a beautiful drawing.
Sure.
For Brian, it's his incredible arms, his muscle quality and density.
Okay.
I have also a reason for everyone why he doesn't win.
Okay.
For Chris, he has not the most beautiful muscles. If you take a look at his legs, not the nicest insertions. It doesn't look beautiful, and it doesn't flows that well.
Okay.
For Ramon, you have quite narrow clavicles, so he looks quite narrow. For Wesley, you have the lagging hamstrings and glutes, not only in the quality part, so also in the size part. For Urs, you have the smaller arms, and maybe he improved it, not the perfect back. For Brian, you have the weak legs and a little bit the exhausted look of the physique.
Okay.
So that's how I set up the strategy.
Okay.
And now you know what I want to do. I want with Wesley for sure to bring up his glute and hamstring denseness, because that's exactly what holds him down and are his weak points.
Right. Right.
So the strategy was to bring with quality training that parts up. For sure, it was not a lot of time, but he is a workhorse and he brought it up. And now it's all about getting back to the condition of the Arnolds with keeping and holding the volume in the muscles.
Okay. Where do you see guys like Mike Summerfield or Michael DeBoule or Summerfield or guys like this that are kind of there?
For them, it depends a little bit on the day shape. If we take a look at Mike Sommerfeld, he has a brilliant bone structure, but the quality and the graininess and the density of the muscle isn't there in the amount the other people have.
Let's take a look at. So,
his bone structure is supreme.
Yes.
You see he has a brilliant bone structure. His waist to shoulder ratio is incredible. But if you turn him to the side, when you can it, is there a side picture?
Yep.
Not that. I need to see shoulders. Nope.
How's that?
Side chest would be interesting.
It's not there.
He's not showing it.
Yeah.
The point is, in the side chest, for example, you see that the arm is bigger than the shoulder, which throws off a little bit, the physique also from the front. He has not a really nice separation between chest and shoulder. Also, he's always lagging a little bit of denseness and pressure in the glute and hamstring area, which is really hard for him to enter that top 5 spot, except he is in 100% condition. If you go up and take a look at the video with Ramon, you see immediately what I'm talking about. No, it was there.
Oh, it's there.
Just go up. Yeah, it's there.
Sorry.
Just go up.
This one.
That one. Yeah. Just take a look at the video. Then you see exactly the difference I mean.
Yeah.
Take a look at even when they are not flexing.
I see the
even
shoulder
when they
chest.
are not flexing.
Yeah.
And now think about that perfectly shaped picture you showed before,
Right.
and now the reality when he's standing to next of one of the best in the world. Then
Right.
you see the difference.
Well, the
His
glaring,
bone structure is incredible, but you know, yeah, you see the
there,
shoulder and the side chest, for example.
yeah, the glaring thing that stood out to me immediately, like just right here, before Ramon even takes his shirt off,
Yeah,
you see the cap on the delt and
yeah,
the separation, and you see Mike doesn't really have that,
yeah.
and it's a major weakness,
It
uh,
is.
because you just see this very finished look on Ramon, and this
You know,
doesn't look,
that's something you see immediately if you walk on the stage. It's the
yeah,
first impression.
yeah, yeah,
And that's something which holds him back.
right.
If he's peak perfectly, he's always good for a surprise. He was a top fifth Olympia one time, you know, but he needs to nail it to get into that spot.
You know, it's funny. You really notice that now. One, his chest is a little bit short. Like you see Ramon's chest comes down a little further.
Mhm.
And then the separation between the delt and the finish, just the development of the delt is really changes the way the physique looks. Like you see them just both standing there now.
Exactly.
And you see the waist. I mean, Ramon's waist, the illusion of having completely capped off delts make the waist look even smaller. Whereas,
Even better.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then his white clavicles
yeah,
aren't really beneficial anymore, or not that much beneficial, you know.
right, right. I mean, there in the side chest, you see it too. He's got a good,
The arm is totally overpowering the shoulder, you know. Chest and
yeah,
arms overpower the shoulder, and the
yeah,
flaring shoulder keeps away from having a perfect impression on that shot.
right, right. What about Michael DeBoule? Michael DeBoule looks like he's put on some really good size. The latest picture I saw of him looked very, very impressive. Uh,
He did the show now, and Breno, my athlete, got third at that show.
yeah,
He won the show, but it's also that's a picture with him alone, you
right,
know.
right, 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 right. But
Um,
the
go
thing I see about Michael is the muscle looks like, I don't know if it's because of he's got a different prep coach or something, but he seems to look a little rounder. Well, that's an old photo. Let me go back here. Yeah, I mean, there's a
it's
different,
it's it's a good shot, but especially that shot is not a judged shot in the classic division. You know,
right, right.
if you take a look here, Breno is standing next to him, and Breno for sure doesn't have supreme genetics when it comes to his size and his how his physique is built together. But you know, he's killing him with the fullness. Because
Yes.
you said that he looks round. Breno looks round. You
Right,
know,
right, right. You can see it. You see it now. He doesn't have like the fullness of a Ramon. Like Ramon is very round, Urs is very round. Michael DeBoule has more of a jagged look. I understand that.
and especially from the backside, he has that ultra condition from the backside, but there
Mhm.
is nothing popping.
Right, right. I can see
Wait,
that.
when they turn around, you will see that there is his side chest shot is a very good one. He even needs to open up his chest a little bit more.
Yeah,
But from the back, for sure, his condition is incredible, you know. But when someone with roundness stands next to him, that's just something which he will miss. You
right.
see?
I mean, you see it. Sorry, I just want to wait for this guy to get in the pose. This guy isn't better, but he has a little bit more roundness. I understand what you're saying with Michael. He's now, is that something with Michael that he can fix with prep, or is that just his genetic makeup? Like, is his carb up not like, is he not filling out enough? Is it not like, what do you think it is?
I think it's probably the combination of he really needs to beat him down into the weight limit and has no time to get fresh again.
Right.
Um, and that compared to the structure he has within the room of the classic weight limit, you know,
Right, right,
because
right.
some people just wait a little bit more with with a look than other people. So that's just like I told before. Sometimes it's about a little bit which do you have luck with your genetic?
Yeah, but you know what? This is I wonder if it's a carb up, like you said, a carb up situation and being too big for the class because he looks round here.
Yeah, from the front, but he needs more muscle denseness from the back, and that's actually his problem.
Okay.
So the back, I think also the back doesn't have the development than his front has.
I see.
I think the biggest advantage of Chris is that he can suck himself down and still have so much motherfucking muscles on his body.
Yeah. He looks very, very big for the class. I don't sometimes I
It's
wonder.
it's 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 it's
Yeah.
just it's insane.
Like I always wonder, I'm like, how the fuck does this guy make weight? Like he just looks very, very big compared to everybody else.
He could easy compete with, I would say, 15 pounds more in an
Yeah.
open division and still be by far the most conditioned athlete on that open stage.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. He takes up a lot of
Easy.
he takes up a lot of space. Very wide
It is.
clavicles, very like he's just
Take a
very
look at that colored side shot.
which one?
Go up again.
This one?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take a look at the quads, at the glutes, the denseness which is there. It's
Yeah.
freaking fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
He's very, I mean, look, he works very hard. I'm not taking that away, but he's very genetically gifted too. Like from the
His
back.
his only disadvantage or his only weak points is that the muscles are not beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Without disrespect. So the way they are cut or the way they look, it's not that beautiful. That's
you know
his
what?
only weakness, actually.
But you know what's funny? It's almost like I know I know you're saying it's a weakness, but it almost is a strength for him. Like it looks good on him.
Yeah, he
It,
looks incredible.
like I know what you mean. Like when you say that, people are probably wondering what you're talking about. And I would say if I'm gonna, I would say, look, like where's a quad shot like this? This isn't beautiful.
Yeah,
This is
exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah.
yeah, but for some reason it makes him unique. Like
Yeah, definitely.
like this arm. This isn't beautiful. This isn't like if you look at Ramon's arms, they're a lot nicer.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's very unique to him and it fits his physique for some reason. It works. It's very
But that bone structure you see in that shot, there you see why he is
yeah,
the undefeated king since years, because that's just nuts.
yeah,
That's just crazy nuts.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't. So what do you think about people saying that Wesley can beat him?
Wesley can beat him. Every one of the top five can beat him if they judge differently
Sure.
and if he makes a mistake.
You know what somebody said to me that I thought made, and Dennis James brought this up too, that I thought made sense. If we were judging classic based on the 70s and 80s, Wesley has the most 70s physique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they didn't have big legs back then. So Wesley's legs being a little bit
But
smaller.
actually, the leg discussion is a false discussion, because from the front, Wesley's legs are incredible. You've seen that at the Arnolds. Wesley's legs are bigger than Ramon's legs from the front. Wesley's legs are bigger than Ur's legs from the front, but not from the side and not from the back.
But hold on, I got to push back a little bit on that, and I'm going to push. I'm going to push
it's,
back
it's,
for
it's
the.
not
I'm going to push back for this reason. It's
okay.
not. It's not that his legs are not developed and he doesn't have a lot of muscle, but as far as the entire package, his legs look undersized because his shoulders are so wide. Like he's such a big guy that I don't like. When you look at this, to me, there's the roundness in his quads. Like this is a little bit too straight for this width. Like he's got a massive wingspan, right? And it makes me think of Arnold. When I think of Arnold, this is what I think of. Arnold had a massive upper body, very wide shoulders, very full and round. Legs were big but straight, right? And I'm not saying his legs are straight. It's just I don't think he has the roundness of like when you look at when I close that picture and you look at it from far away, You can see more what I'm talking about.
Yeah, actually, I can understand what you, but for example, in that picture,
Yeah.
it looks balanced. For me, it doesn't look balanced from the side and from the rear.
Right,
There
right.
I see the problem. I hate single shots of athletes, even of mine. I always like to see the comparison picture, because there you see what's going on really, because you know the angle doesn't play such a big role, because then it's compared to others.
Sure.
Because most of the pictures always are from a specific angle, and then a body part can look bigger or not that big.
But do you see what I mean here? Like they're extreme.
I see what you mean.
They're extremely developed and they're very, very good. They just don't have a big sweep to them. My personal opinion is that's the only thing that holds them back. But other people, the point I was trying to make is other people think that's what classic should be. It's not about
what I meant. That's what I meant before. It depends on how it is judged,
Yeah. Like this is Arnold, 1974.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm trying to find a picture of him on stage next to someone, just so we can get a better idea. Doesn't he have any stage shots with people?
Seems not.
No, I guess not. Okay. And then you had Urs. You had fourth.
Yes.
We'll take a look at Urs. How is Urs prep going? He's been a little bit more quiet this time around.
Which is good. Prep goes incredible. He's one of those incredible hard workers in every part of the detail. We definitely brought up the back. You will be surprised. Back really, really looks good. We brought up the arms. It will be a really, really, really nice package. And for me, he is the one which has the most flowing lines of them, and that could also be a thing where you say, okay, how is classic be judged?
Yeah.
How should it be judged? I will respect every result in the end, but it always depends on how is something judged.
Do you think Ur's arms are holding him back that much? Because when I look at pictures like this, I know this is a guest posing.
On stage, we nail it always quite good. It's sometimes that the media, or let's not say the media, the social media bubble always sticks one part, even if it's 5 years ago, and then it keeps it.
Yeah.
I agree just repeating. You see, that's a very good picture.
Right.
Urs always, the people say he's small.
No, he's not small. He's not small. No, he's definitely.
Compare him next to Max Sommerfeld.
Well, he's not small.
Even to Ramon, but Mike Sommerfeld is the one who is far left. There you see the big difference of denseness.
Yeah. You know what's funny though, or what's interesting to me? It's not that he's small. His structure is very good. To me, if you look at Ramon, you look at Urs, it's the limbs. Like Ramon has his arm is a little bit more complete. The shoulder is a little bit more complete.
Especially his triceps area.
The hamstring is a little bit more full. Like it's these small things that just complete the physique a little bit. But Urs has a ton of muscle. It's just he's definitely not small. I think there's just some areas because he's got look, when you look at this, you're like massive quads. And then there's a little bit of an imbalance with the arms.
Yeah, especially the triceps. The triceps is a little bit our problem child. Biceps is fine, but you see that it must be a little bit rounder in the lower part. And I think we again went one step forward, and it will be a very good improved package concerning that. Both Wesley, the beautiful thing is both Wesley and Urs have room to improve. Even if it's not this year, they both are under 30,
Yeah.
Both have so much room to improve.
That's so crazy. Yeah.
Even Ramon has room to improve. I don't know how much room muscle or weight-wise he has to improve, but Wesley and Urs both have plenty of room to get better. That's not exactly the case with the other ones.
Let's move to bodybuilding.
Yay.
Martin, since we signed him, has been sending me, well, before we signed him, he's been sending me some updates. Like every couple days he sends me, like he's proud of his photos, he sends them over to me. And I'm amazed at how fast he got in shape. It was, I don't know if this is amazing to you because you coach so many people, but I've never seen somebody like, he sent me photos a few weeks ago, and then every 4 or 5 days he would send me some photos, and I'm like, the changes from one picture to the next. Is Martin different than your other clients, or are you experiencing that with multiple people?
The first thing you see or you recognize as a coach when you work with Martin, you see his effort. What he puts in is just something really special. Also, I think his passion for training is so high, which makes it just much more easy to work with him, because you can be sure that every second he has a weight in his hands is a positive and good second, and he really uses every rep to progress concerning that. When it comes to why he is from a specific moment making so much progress, is because until I tell now any number, I would say until 255, he doesn't look that good or that conditioned. But then a change of 2 pounds will make him look totally different.
Yeah.
Because the way his physique is built and the way his muscle separations are, they are not very deep.
Right.
He doesn't have that very deep cuts. For example, like Urs have that super, super deep cuts. He has more that superficial, high volume muscle. And for that, small changes will make a big difference in weight. But he needs to get to a specific low fat level to even see that.
I got you.
That's why
it looks so dramatic as you get.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I was shocked. It was like all of a sudden. And you're right, it was probably around 250, 255. All of a sudden I'm like, holy shit. It's like, so I've seen pictures of him recently. He said he was like 240. He looks pretty close.
Yeah, we crept now. It depends a little between 238, 240, and I would say we are nearly there. I push now a little bit more, because even if New York was really, really good, I think we could be a little bit better.
Sure.
Muscle-wise, I think he improved his arms already. He did improvement with his posing, and that is actually everything we could have hoped for. So I'm totally sure that will be a great package.
Where are you with William? Because William's on a completely opposite side, where he's got a ton of mature muscle. And
William has, in my opinion, one of the most interesting bodies I've ever worked with.
Really?
William can lose 10 pounds of water within 1 day, and you don't know why. So that's really, really, really interesting and tricky to work with him and to balance him with his best possible look. And the best possible look is still a combination of fullness and condition, because he doesn't need, in my opinion, or I think also in his opinion, he doesn't need to be super, super, super conditioned if he's then lacking for some fullness. And that's definitely something we want to make better from Dubai, where his condition was absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But on the travel, within 1 or 2 days, he lost water like crazy, and especially also some water which was in the muscle, and that's just something to get dealt out and find a solution with it. So this time we try to keep the water or the fullness much higher going into the peak week, because you never know what happens.
Yeah. This is his physique. This is Dubai that you were talking about.
That's Dubai. Yeah. You see the quality and denseness.
Dude, is
fucking crazy, insane.
This is like ran it hard, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
I didn't realize he was this like
Yeah,
these pictures are really, really good, but I didn't realize he was this fucking hard there.
yeah, he was. The side shots are the side chest. The first picture you have was just fucking nuts.
Yeah. Good for him, man. Does he talk to you about when you're coaching your athletes, do you talk to them about their careers and like do you help them in more than just diet? Like I know when I worked with Hani, for example, Hani would talk to me about career and contracts and longevity and these kind of like do you talk to your clients about more than just bodybuilding itself and maybe
Sure,
the periphery of
sure,
bodybuilding?
sure.
So is there
But talking with William is always very, very interesting, you know. He's such a long time in the game. He
yeah,
knows so much. He has such a big picture also of everything,
right,
which is really a funny thing to talk with him. And I would say it's more a discussion than guiding him to something, you know.
sure. I understand. Let's take a look at Mo Foda.
Mhm.
He is this his first Olympia?
That's his first Olympia. It was his first win with me
Yeah,
in Chicago. So first try we we hit it.
yeah,
That was quite good. He just has incredible potential, you know. It will need some time to bring the back up muscle wise,
right,
you know.
right,
That's also a thing, you know. You need to find the balance between getting as hard as possible, but still display the muscle fullness. And if you have a lacking body part, you really need to take care of not losing all of the fullness in that lagging body part, because that could make the overall look worse than
right,
it could be, even if you push condition more. It's always about the big pictures, and especially in open bodybuilding, that plays a much bigger role than, for example, in classic. You know,
hmm,
in classic, first comes condition, and then comes the rest.
right,
But
right,
in bodybuilding, it's actually it should be in classic the same. But in bodybuilding, it's all about volume, round muscle, and being balanced, and then having the best shape possible within that factors I said before.
right. This is the area like okay, this actually looks pretty good in this video, but
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know if it's a posing thing, like maybe he's leaning back too far. I don't know, but
You know, the point is, if you analyze the back, he has great shoulders, he has great arms, and he has a great upper back.
right,
But the lats is missing. You know, there need just more latissimus development,
right, right, right.
because
Yep.
you see that's the upper back with
Yeah, yeah,
teres
yeah,
and
yeah.
all
The
that stuff,
right, right,
and
right.
down there where that hole is,
Yeah,
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 exactly
yeah,
here,
yeah.
there we need some meat.
Yeah, yeah, he's got a good Terry's, good everything, good ROM, good trap. It's just down here he's got good insertions for it. He just has to fill this out.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the point.
yeah.
Everything is there, you know.
You know, the problem is I notice is guys that have big arms, big shoulders
They
have a
pull with the arms.
yeah, they have a tougher time. They have a tougher time activating their lat. But I mean, everything else on this guy
It's
is
crazy
like
cool,
look
isn't
at the
it?
fucking hamstring and quad.
Uh,
Like he's just got incredible shape.
yeah, it is.
Okay, so in saying that, let me ask you this. You gave me a rundown of the top five at the Olympian. I don't want we're gonna do that in a minute. I got a little sheet I want to add you to.
Mhm,
But with Mo specifically,
mhm.
do you think his shape from the front and the side is enough to move him into the top 10? Or do you think his back will hold him back? Because you have other guys that have a little bit weaker back, like Raphael is not amazing from the back. Akeem is not amazing from the back.
I think he has the potential for top 10. Yes. Clearly,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay. But potential is one thing. Would you put him in the top 10?
I would.
Okay. Okay. You know
But
what?
I
Now,
don't know what happens the next 2 weeks, you know, and
right.
how it looks in the end. And then you can ask me again, where would you have placed him with that package?
Right.
Uh, but without knowing now the others, without knowing what happens in the next 2 weeks, I would say yes.
Let me ask you this. Hani used to say to me, "You're only as good as your weakest body part," meaning when you're getting shredded, it's the weakest body part that you have to pay attention to, because as you get more and more shredded, that's just going to get worse and worse, right?
That's exactly what I said before.
Right. So it's obvious. So when it comes to somebody like Mo, how far can you push him before you notice the back is too weak?
Not much farther than he was in Chicago.
Yeah. So you're walking like a fine line between trying to keep some fullness in the back and trying to, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to unveil something. We have a new software that we've created
Oh.
for the real bodybuilding podcast software.
Fouad chops.
You're gonna be the first one. So this is you're gonna be the first one to do it. So I'm gonna add player. There.
Now.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Add player. There you are. Okay. So we're gonna click on you, and now this is the list. So we have okay. I don't know if you need to see the list, but we're gonna do your prediction.
1 to 10. Okay.
Yeah, 1 to 10. We're gonna go ahead. Actually, there's the list right there. Okay. See, this is an amazing software, is it not?
It's crazy.
This is the very first iteration of it, but it's going to be amazing when we're done. I have a whole thing planned out. Okay. Let's go back. You should be honored. You're the first person to use it. Okay.
Really? I'm the first? Okay.
You're the first person. Okay. Go ahead.
Hardy?
Hardy.
Oh, that was fast. Derek?
Derek. Andrew. Wow. Okay, wait, we have to pause there. Okay, we have to pause that. Why Andrew? And wait, people are going to be like, oh, Fouad hates Andrew, because there's this running joke that I hate Andrew. I don't hate Andrew. And I definitely think he could be third. I'm just asking your opinion, because most people have like the same top three, or they have Nick in the top three. I haven't seen too many people with Andrew in the top three. So, and I know he definitely could be, but I want to know what you think, why you think he could be in the top three.
If he poses better,
sure,
gets a little bit better conditioned, or even the same than Texas, he will be top three.
Okay. Why do you think why do you think Hadi will beat Derek?
Because I think she should have beat him last year too.
You do?
Mm.
I kind of thought that too, except for the only thing that where I didn't push that narrative more is because Hadi wasn't at his best on Friday night.
But still better, in my opinion. But that's bodybuilding. That's the same discussion we had in the
at the Arnold
for the classic.
Yeah.
Now
for
like before, Hardy has the much better chest, much better abs, densiness from the front, better arms. Derek has the better back, the better glutes. Hardy has the better legs. So for me, the Hardy plus is more than the Derek plus.
The funny thing is, I don't think, and this is probably not a popular opinion, but I don't think Derek's back is that much better than Hadi's at all. Like when they pull a back lat spread, I don't feel like it's that much better. The difference is Derek gets very hard from the back. So it's very impressive to see, like, especially when you're sitting there. Like I was sitting there last year, like 3 rows up, and I was like, when Derek walked out, he's impressive, especially when he pulls that front double and he pulls a vacuum. He kind of like opens up, right? But from the back, it was the hardness, I think, that got everybody. Because when he turned around,
yeah, maybe
everybody was like, holy fuck, you just peeled.
But for me, the open winner, the arms, the chest.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's just personal taste.
Right. So
that's just personal taste.
Derek second. Andrew, you think, can move up just by posing a little better. The concern I have, though, with him getting more shredded is the same thing we just spoke about with like your weakest body part, right? When he did get more shredded at the Arnold, he was a little bit stringier. So if they push condition too much, does he lose a little bit of that wow factor?
Yeah, but you also have to agree that he has some more room than the Texas condition.
Oh yeah,
because he really got bigger. So
yeah, he's on his way, man. Look, I've told people the same thing. If he can match the conditioning from the back as he does from the front, he's going to be very hard to beat for a lot of people. Okay, let's go back.
Samson?
Wait, we have to make a bet on this. Can we do you want
No
to
hair.
you want to grow your hair again?
We can make one bottle of vodka or something like that.
For those people who don't know, me and Stefan bet at the before the Arnold, we bet that I think I said James would be in the top 5, and Stefan said he wouldn't be in the top 5.
Yeah.
And that was the bet. That was it. We just was James going to be in or out of the top 5, and the loser had to grow their hair for 3 months, and Stefan lost that bet. And respect to you, you did 3 months to the very fucking day. You didn't skimp at all. So we should do another one. We're gonna say Samson Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's bet on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Samson. Obviously, you're gonna take Andrew. We're not gonna say where they place. Just I think Samson will beat.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the bet though? You don't want to grow your hair again?
For sure not.
Can you shave your beard?
Yeah, I'm just lazy.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll figure it out after. Let's go through this. Okay. Samson?
Yeah.
Okay, 5.
Martin?
Wow. Head of Nick. Where is he on here? Where the fuck is he? Oh, there he is. Fitzwater. Okay.
Now I gonna upset the people. William?
Oh, wow. This is
Nick?
interesting. This is interesting. Nick.
Give me the list.
It's right here.
I don't see it.
Oh, you can't see the list? Oh, you can't see you can't see the drop down menu. That's right. Okay, here. There's a list.
That's the whole list?
I might be missing somebody. I can't remember. I tried to plug them all in. I couldn't find the list online. Is there a list online somewhere I can go look?
IFBB, IFBB Pro for sure. Yeah.
Olympia
qualified athletes.
Okay. But Baruz we're gonna leave out because
Hunter. We forgot Hunter.
Isn't he on here? Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, he's here. Okay. So we are place 8. No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I gonna push my people. Mo.
Okay. Where is he here? Mo Foda. Okay.
Randau.
Who?
Randau. Rafa.
Oh, Raphael. Okay.
Hunter
10th. Holy shit. This is a shakeup.
It's quite aggressive.
It's very aggressive. Okay.
But it's a mixture between how I think judges will go and how I want to see it.
Okay.
Let's put it out that way.
All right. So I don't think this is a horrible list. I think I think you've made 2 mistakes.
Which one?
Nick is not going to be 7th. And you didn't even put Curry in here.
Oh, he's competing.
Of course he is. Is he in here? Did they put him in here? Brandon Curry.
He's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the other hand, 5th place last year was such a gift.
No, he was okay. First of all, he was 4th. He was the same size as everybody. He was spilled over.
Yeah.
He was in the hospital the night before.
Yeah, still, we have you were in the hospital trophy.
Category.
He's really a very nice guy. He has
incredible
potential, but
that's hilarious.
Andrew for me was way better than him, for example, also last Olympia.
Yeah.
But yes, if he is in condition, he will mix that totally up. So sorry, Brandon, I forgot that. The top 10 is really too,
You're not going to put Brandon in the top 10?
Yeah, I would probably. But who should I throw out,
Well, let's go one by one. Can he beat Hunter?
Yeah, he can, but on the other hand, Hunter can beat him.
Okay, but okay, we know. Okay. That's obvious, but do we think he will beat Hunter? Will he beat Rafa? Will he
You know,
beat Foda?
from five onwards, it's really, really difficult, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So you're just going to leave him out of the top 10.
Holy moly.
You can't leave a former Mr. Olympia out
No,
of the
I
top
can't.
out of the
No,
top
I
10.
can't. You're totally right. You are totally right. Ah, give him on 8, 9, Mo, 10, Rafa.
Give him 8. Okay, so Brandon, Mo.
Mo, Rafa.
So Hunter's out of the top 10. Oh my God, Stefan, you're gonna get killed on these picks, dude.
No personal offense to anyone, really.
You know what's funny?
It's
You know what's funny?
it's fucking hard to make that, you know.
You know what's funny? You're the one guy in the industry for I don't know if it's because you're autistic or what, but like you're the only guy that gets away with it. Nobody cares. Like you're allowed to say whatever you want.
I don't think so.
I think so. I'm telling you. I wonder. I wonder if that's like, is that like a really free feeling? Like I could say whatever I want. I could because people know I'm very direct, so I can just say whatever the fuck I want. It's amazing. Um, okay. Well, listen. I like that. I like that you're the first one to use our new system. Um,
And that's
Stefan,
really it's a hell of a job to get the top 10 together.
wait till we that system is going to be for everybody soon. People are going to be able to log on and put their own predictions in and everything. It's going to be pretty cool. Um, listen, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you got a lot of work to do. You got a ton of athletes. I always have a good time talking to you, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Is there
You're welcome.
anything you want to say? Anybody you want to thank? Anything before we go?
People
Anything you want to promote?
out there enjoy bodybuilding. Come to the shows, buy live streams, support the athletes you root for, make bodybuilding big, be friends, be respectful, and enjoy the show.
I love it. I love it. Okay, Stefan. Thank you so much for the time, man. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, we didn't make
Yeah.
one more thing before you go. What are we gonna bet?
What?
What are we gonna bet?
Oh.
You got to bet something. We'll figure it out. I'll text you. Thank you very much, man. We'll have you on again soon.
Bye.
Okay, brother. Bye-bye.